To Sean Diddy Combs, who he has ruled will spend 50 months in prison. So that's just over 4 years in prison for his crimes. Sean Combs has already been in prison for just over a year, so that means he will spend a further 3 years in prison. It's towards the lower end of the potential maximum sentence for the 2 counts of trafficking for prostitution, of which he was found guilty back in the summer. The prosecution had asked for him to serve more than 11 years. The defence team had asked for him to be sentenced to 14 months. The judge deciding, as I say, that Sean Combs will spend just over 4 years in total in prison, so 3 more years. In handing down this sentence, the judge, Arun Subrahmanian, said the court rejects that this is just a story of sex, drugs and rock and roll. He said that Sean Combs had abused the power and control he had with the women that he professed to love. He said that Combs had abused them physically, emotionally and psychologically. As a reminder, Sean Combs had been acquitted of the more serious charges of which he had been accused, charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, but was found guilty of sex trafficking for prostitution. It's been an emotional sentencing hearing in court today. It's lasted almost the whole day. The court heard from 6 of Sean Combs' children, all of his adult children. In fact, they cried as they directly addressed the judge, begging the judge to let their father return home today. Sean Combs listened to them. He had his head in his hands. He was sobbing too. On the other hand, the prosecution was saying that Sean Combs hadn't showed contrition for his crimes. They said that he was already booking speaking engagements in Miami for next week in the hope, the expectation that he would be released from jail. They said that he'd shown the height of hubris and didn't show the requisite amount of guilt for his crimes. Sean Combs, just in the last few minutes, in fact, addressed the judge directly himself. It's the first time he's spoken at such length in court. He said to the judge, "I lost my self-respect. I have been humbled and broken to my core. I hate myself right now. I've been stripped down to nothing," he said. "I am truly sorry for it all, no matter what they say." He also issued a public apology to his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Much of the prosecution centred around his relationship with Ventura and the allegation that he'd forced her to partake in drug-fuelled sex marathons with male prostitutes. The court also was shown repeatedly a video of him beating Cassie viciously in a hotel corridor in Los Angeles some several years ago. Combs said that he wanted to publicly apologise to Ventura for the physical, emotional and psychological abuse that she had endured at his hands. It will be up to her and his other victims to decide if justice has been served with this just over 4-year prison sentence.
Martha, what happens next? He obviously stays in police custody, but there is no more appeal at his disposal, is there?
This will be it. Sean Combs will return to his cell. He complained in a letter which he had previously sent to the judge about the conditions he was being held in. He says he lives in daily fear of being stabbed, even killed, while he is incarcerated. But he will return to prison. I think his team will be relatively pleased with this sentence. The pre-sentencing guidelines, I should say, had suggested that Sean Combs should spend between 6 and 7 years in prison. The judge has gone against those pre-sentencing guidelines and sentenced him to just over 4 years. Of course, when Sean Combs comes out of prison, those children, the ones who spoke today, and his youngest child, who's just 2 years old, they will be much older. His career will be unrecognisable from what it was. His fortune will be much depleted. He is still fighting many of these cases, civil lawsuits, so he still may have much more money to pay out in those civil lawsuits. So he's certainly paying the the price in terms of the money for his crimes. But probably this 4-year sentence is towards the lesser end of what you might